Hello family, and welcome back to the channel. It's me, Antonio, back with another video for you guys today. With my mask on, I'm so appalled, so upset right now. I know you probably can't tell because I have my mask on, or probably because I'm talking so cool, calm, and collected right now, but I had another run-in with another so-called evangelist out in public, on the bus. No less, decided to take the bus today and, go out and explore a little bit. And yeah, I didn't even want to get back on the bus, so now I'm walking. You leave your house for a few hours and you experience this madness. So I'm going to get to the storytelling, of course. I just want you guys to be careful out there, man. Be safe. I mean, it's weirdos everywhere. I mean, you can get killed by a police officer. You can also be driven insane by these people already that's out insane out here. I mean, when America gets sick, black people get the flu, what do you think happens to the homeless people, and everybody else that's in between that doesn't even have like an olive branch or a walking stick to get them from point A to point B? But so I got on the bus, and you can't go anywhere, especially on the bus, without a mask. They suspended public transportation fare, so it's been about a year since people haven't had to pay for buses and things like that in Florida. Transportation is one of the biggest cash cows in Florida. I mean, it still costs, of course, the Uber and all that stuff, Lyft, and to get on the trains and stuff like that. Of course, catch planes and all that. But as far as the buses go, not as advanced as other states, like New York and so on and so forth, New Jersey and all those places, California. But similar in a ways. But anyway, transportation is free. So that means any and everybody can get on the bus now. Any homeless person, any sick person, any person can get on the bus. They just have to have a mask on. So that's good, People out there that's still making minimum wage and things like that can't afford, the bus during times of COVID. There's times where I have cars. There's times where I walk to work. There's been times where I caught the bus to work. So I know how much it costs it costs almost as much to eat a day as it costs to get on public transportation. So sometimes I'm just like, F it, and I'll get a car. I'll buy like a $2,000, $3,000 slider just to have on the weekend. So I might rent a car for 6 months out of the year or something like that. But as far as the public transportation goes, I'm already wearing all black. I try to tell you guys about different colors and things like that, how to protect your energy. You absorb more UVs and sunlight wearing all black. Also, it is a very interesting way to protect yourself and bounce negative energies off of you. So it actually came in handy today. So the guy got on the bus. Everybody on the bus has a mask on. And the crazy part is the guy actually had a mask. He just wasn't wearing it. He got on the bus. He started immediately talking loud to people. Now, this is a black guy. He's an older gentleman. He had to be at least 15, 20 years older than me. He had a backpack and he had a Bible. So he must call himself getting on the bus and ministering to everyone on the bus. First, he bullshit the bus driver till the bus driver finally let him on the bus. It's like, why are we even having these issues? You don't even have to pay to get on the bus. All you need is just put on your mask and sit down. So he yells at the bus driver. And he doesn't seem like a crazy person. He just sounds like an annoying person. So he gets on the bus. He's sitting next to me. You see how I'm dressed. I'm pretty sure I look like the devil, even though I have a cross earring in my ear. And he double took a look at me. I guess he didn't want to try me at that moment. So he started yelling at some dude that had dreads on at the front of the bus, saying, hey, hey, hey. trying to talk to the dude. I had my headphones, so I'm listening to music, but I can still hear him talking like hella loud on the bus. So he must have was asking the dude if he could use his cell phone, because right after he started talking to that dude, he walked up to me like signaling to use my phone. I'm like, so many things. I wanted not to be rude, and I really wasn't. So hopefully he took this the wrong way, and I'm pretty sure everyone on the bus is probably looking at him like you shouldn't even bothered that dude in the first place. And I'm like, this is my day off. I don't want to be bothered. Well, I didn't say it like that. I was like, bro, I'm chill, bro. I don't really, when I come out in public, I don't really like to be bothered. I'm just listening to my music. I'm in chill mode. And he's like, oh, okay. He was like, oh, I teach. I'm trying to teach you something. I'm like, bro, I'm a teacher. He's like, oh, what you teach? At that point, I'm like, man, you want to keep talking and talking. And he's like, oh, I see how you feel. I see how you feel. Because I'm like, bro, I'm wearing all black. He's like, what that mean? That mean don't bother me. Like, today's my day off. I'm out in public trying to enjoy a nice bus ride. Like, and you get on the bus, you're yelling at the bus driver. You're yelling at everyone on the bus, and you finally pick the wrong person. Like, you too old to be getting on the bus being rude. You think you're doing something good by going around with the Holy Bible and telling people, talk about you're a teacher and you're teaching people this and that. But you're being rude. You don't have your mask on the whole entire time. Like, I made him feel so bad that he got up from next to me and went and sat at the back of the bus. Like, you too old to be acting like this, bro. I don't know if you're like fresh out, or you know, you could be just a person just like me, but it's a certain time and it's a certain place and a certain way you do things. I wouldn't have had layers of things to say about him, like you got on your mask yelling at people with no mask on. You got on the bus just doing too much. So yeah, I don't know about this whole bus thing. I think it's about time to get me a car, you know. Spirit does, you know, specific things and shows you different signs and miracles for a reason, you know. As much as I enjoy public transportation, I remember the first time my mom put me on the bus, well, on a jitney at 4 years old, in Miami-Dade County, growing up to find my way to school, and then graduating from the jitney to actually riding the buses and things like that. So this isn't new for me. This isn't some type of thing where any type of poverty type of thing. It's just one of those things, man. Angels know how to get around, whether it's walking, whether it's driving. As long as I know my directions, north, south, east, and west, which is common sense. Everyone should have that common sense. I can get to where I need to go. It's not that serious as people make it seem to be. You know, they spend their whole paychecks on car notes and insurances and gas and car maintenance. Like, half these people don't even want to get out of their own house on Sunday and wash their car. Like, you have your car in front of your house. You don't have to go spend $25, $30 on a wash and wax. Like, but then they would look at me when I don't let them borrow money or things like that. When I'm working on a corporate plantation and in a call center environment, and everyone's looking at me crazy because I'm walking in the building, eating at my desk, yamming down on whatever I wanted to eat, because I have the extra $600-$700 laying around to eat whatever I want to eat that day. Buy a $10 cold sub, spend $20 on seafood that day. Like, there's a method to my madness. Like, but people they live their lives unconsciously. You know, people think they can just get on the phone and call someone every time there's a situation, or they can get on Facebook, put their cash out there, and beg for money anytime something happens. All these, you know, women have their connections, and they like to call themselves independent all the time. You're so independent, but you call your friends for advice all the time. Being independent doesn't mean, oh, I don't mess with men. That's the independent woman. I don't need men. No, you need your friends. And your friends need you. Because women are weak like that. They have their certain strengths, but you're not a strong, independent woman. You would die just like any other man, woman, or child if you were the last person on this planet. Because humans are social creatures, especially women. Y'all can't keep your mouth shut, and you need a change of scenery every friggin' week. So, yeah, that dude was just weird, man. Just, you see weird things all the time. You have all types of false prophets around you. You know, bro, like, you're on the bus preaching to my people about the Holy Bible, some white Jesus, the same thing that's been holding my people back for over 1,000 years, 2,000 years. Like, I'm not about to let you talk my ear off, bro. I'm about to listen to this gangster rap music in my cell phone. I know I have higher knowledge than you because I have newer knowledge than you. If I could sit and have a conversation with my father, the man that I respect the highest in my life, who's probably way more intelligent than I am, but he'll never tell me. He just keeps telling me I'm better than him and I surpassed him and all this. I don't look to other men outside of him in my life to be like, oh, this is someone that can actually teach me something. I had issues with teachers growing up in my life, and professors and doctors. He wanted to ask me what I teach. I teach everything. I teach life, bro. You're teaching the Bible, but you don't even understand the words in the Bible. People be coming off the wrong way, but then they would look at somebody like me. I look like a bad guy. I sound like an asshole. But there's a lot of jewels and there's a lot of knowledge here. And there's a lot of proof and evidence to back up what I think about, what I speak about, and how I walk my life. When I get out and tell people they need to get out and exercise, you know how much sweat is on my back right now? A whole hour of walking a day is good for you. Then you don't have to get up and go to the gym. Like, people really get upset. And this isn't the first time I've had to deal with somebody like that, an evangelist like that. I spoke about the lady last week that tried to stop me while I had 2 bags full of groceries. And then as I kept walking, because I didn't want to stop in the middle of my day, holding all these groceries to have a conversation about something that I probably don't care about. And then you say, oh, I was going to give you money. I probably have more money than you. You're trying to stop a man that has 2 arms full of groceries. I just went shopping, idiot. But people just like to disturb your peace. Even when I'm not driving, I prefer to walk. Don't stop me. I have people stop me in the middle of like my day, like coworkers, family members, friends. They're like, get in, and this and that. It could be a rainy day. They're like, get in. I'm like, no, I'm trying to enjoy my peace. I'm trying to enjoy this walk, this 30-minute, hour-long walk that I do every day in the morning to work to relieve stress before I get to work. I don't want to work or ride home from work. I want to be able to enjoy this hour-long bus ride from Broward to Miami with my headphones in my ear and watch an episode of Netflix. People don't get it. If you know anything about I-95 and I-95 traffic, guess what? If you've had road rage for years, guess what? It's businessmen out there. It's soccer moms out there at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning and even 7, 8 o'clock at night, whenever rush hour is. They don't want to go home. They're not ready to go for work. They actually prefer sitting in backed up traffic so they can eat cereal and they're at their steering wheel, or the breakfast that they didn't get a chance to eat before they rushed out of the house. They enjoy that stagnant traffic for 30 minutes, that accident or whatever happens. So you don't know how karma affects the world, the law of correspondence, all these universal laws out here. There's more to think about than just church all the time. You think God wants you to waste your life? He wants you to use the power that he gave you to continue to create and cultivate the Garden of Eden, the planet. Walk in your divine power. You know, y'all got me on a good spirited speech today. I didn't really intend to go this long. It's actually been a few days before I put up some content, any motivational lectures for you guys. It's been probably about a week or so before I did any any tarot readings as well. But yeah, it was just interesting, man. Anytime something interesting or weird like that happens, I like to record it or go into a visionary stream of consciousness and talk about it. But yeah, you know, it be like that sometimes. Tree I rarely get a chance to see the special fruit on it. But yeah, man, you just watch everywhere. You can learn things from a baby. You can learn something from a dying 100-year-old woman. I have no issue. I am moving past prejudice tendencies. Damn my racism, because, you know, it's always going to be there whether people want to believe it or not. You know, we can make a mountain out of a molehill, or you can just roll with the punches, man. I mean, if you know you're strong, you're strong. You don't have to worry about, let's just put it this way, I can swim. I've been able to swim since I was 6 years old, and, you know, being raised by a single mother always that does hair and every other thing you can do out of a house when you have to make money. Being around older women my whole entire life, older girls. Man, I learned to swim at 6, 7 years old when they dragged me to 7 foot and tried to drown my ass playing around. But, you know, more storytellings and things like that. Take my mask off, hold on, some water. No fishing. Show you my beautiful face. There we go. That's king shit right there, right? So yeah, gonna go home, burn some rose incense, some lavender, probably roll up a nice shaman stick, le wand. Got me a cold sub for later. Got some vodka and orange juice. You know, they still talk about viruses and things like that, so get a couple shots of orange juice and vodka in your system. Stop, I'm not promoting alcohol. Well, at least vitamin C is good for it. Let me stop. But no, again, you know, I can keep going on and on. You know, before there was, you know, all these anesthesias, and Einstein came across, the word escapes me now, antibiotics. I forgot the original word for it. It was alcohol. That's how people healed themselves. Literally for children. People would take either themselves or their children to the doctor, and the doctor would give them a herbal tincture or recipe for them to drink or give their children, i.e. a shot a shot of vodka, a teaspoon of honey, blase, some mint. This is the way they used to do things back in the day. Alcohol has a lot of certain different properties. The thing that's most coming to mind for me is that it does dry you out. It's kind of like a diuretic or a pissuretic. The more alcohol you drink, the more you piss out the fluid in your body. But that's why you have to drink, man. You have to drink water. You have to drink your water. That's the only two things I drink: wine and water. When I want to get fancy, I'll get me some vodka and orange juice, man. But you know, I'm not a devilish person, man. I just like to eat cold subs and drink wine and dispel I like to keep bad energy away from me. Return to sender. Any negative energy you send my way is gonna get sent back to you 3 to 10 times. And he didn't expect that. He didn't expect to get that energy. I didn't expect to give him that energy. I was just vibing. It's like, bro, woo, it's really getting hot out here. Well, the sweat must be inside my spongy hair. But yeah, man, sometimes you have to get vocal with these evangelists or semi-evangelists or fake false prophets, and let them know you're out here with the holy book that you don't know how to decode, that you barely understand, And before you can even get to the book, put your mask on and stop yelling in people's faces. And then as I got off the bus, almost like a standing ovation, on my way to the liquor store, everyone in the back of the bus started clapping. He himself put up the peace sign to me. But that's how I'm going to end that story today. Inspiration and leadership can spring forth at any moment. That's why you always got to be ready. Learn yourself so that at any split moment in time, you're able to surpass even your own expectations and create something beautiful for the world. But that's it. Love you guys. Be safe. Be healed. Talk to you later.